Hello everyone, this is Sean from Sean's Model Builds, and this is another old model build slideshow, this time of the Miami Vice Daytona Spyder. This is a model car that I bought in, I think it was 2018 or 2019 when I lived in Quebec, and it didn't take much to assemble the wheels to the chassis. That was the chassis had already been assembled, of course. And so what I did, of course, is I marked in the instructions in yellow. You can see steps 1 to 3 of what I'd already completed. And then the model car kind of just sat in a box for a while. It wasn't really worked on until after I'd finished the Knight Rider car. And I finally worked on finishing it in July of 2020 when I was about to move back to my home province of Ontario. You can see I started with the engine assembly and the detail painting, even on the steering wheel while it was on the sprue, and then I spray painted the seats and everything. And then, of course, thanks to using the box as a shield, I spray painted the main car body and the hood and the silver parts, as you can see there. And that's pretty well how I transported the car while I was working on it in transit, because I spent a couple days at a hotel while my furniture was all packed up and while I waited for it to be delivered and to the new place. And of course I started assembling the engine, and I used a Ziploc bag on top of the cutting mat so that I wouldn't accidentally damage a part or scrape any paint off it. And I made sure to get pictures of the engine from all sides while I assembled things. Don't worry, the picture of the finished car is the thumbnail of this video. And you can see here the other half of the engine with some of the silver chrome parts, which I left alone, being attached on all the different sides. So I used one side, I took the picture, I used the other, I used it as a reference to attach on the other side, and then of course I took a picture from the front or back to make sure things looked even. And you can see in the next picture, I made sure that the place for the axle was left free of any paint so it could be attached to the car when the time came. Of course, you had to finish attaching all the parts like the fan belt assembly and the fan and everything. And of course, then I turned my attention a bit to the cockpit, or the main interior bucket. As you can see here, used the same interior sand as I did for kit. There it is attached to the bottom of, well, not the bottom, it's actually attached to the top of the car. Okay, good. There, the car's flipped over. Now you can see how the tailpipe's attached and the exhaust and everything. And of course, I always color code the instructions, so then I started with assembling things on top of the engine itself. And you can see on the top of the car, because I always try to take views from all 4 sides before I do anything, just to make sure it works out properly. And it's good reference pictures, so that in a video like this, people can pause, press play. There's the radiator housing. There's the interior bucket actually assembled to the car itself, so we're getting closer. Now the next picture, that's to help the glue set. Oh, no, I just set the interior bucket in place. I actually glued it to the top of the car? Is that what I did? All right, I guess so, because there it is embedded in the top of the car as per the instructions. Then, of course, you had to look after the license plates, and you see the amber lights on either side. And there's the silver chrome pieces that are left on the sprue tree at any parts that had to be attached. And there it is assembled into the car. There's the windshield and everything. And there it is from another angle with the box itself. You can see the pastel colors on the box, straight out of the 80s. And now you can see into the interior bucket of the car. and how I had to prop it up to make sure the decals fit. Now, these decals are from 1986, but they still worked, even onto the license plate holder. That's pretty good alignment there. Didn't have to do any trimming, and of course, all the color coding. You see what I detail painted, what I assembled, what I put decals on. And there's the back license plate. Now, it looks a bit... No, it's straight in that picture. That's good. You can see where I removed it from the decal sheet itself. And you can see here some odds and ends from the model kit itself. Of course, I held it down with the liquid, the bottles, but then I decided to elastic it just to make sure it worked and stayed attached, although. And now you can see some finished pictures. So first I took pictures from all four sides with the hood off in front of the box. You can see those here. There's one from the from the back and from the front, and then after this I should start with the pictures with the hood on the car. So there it is from the front. And of course, in front of the box itself, well, that's the right side. Again, I have the box right side up. That's good. You can see the back here. And again, in front of the box itself, you can see a couple other things I'm working on, where it is from the left side. And, you know, once again from the front, just with a decal. Oh, you see, I was working on the Enterprise 537. There's a shuttle bay and then a cell. And then I had to prop it up trying to keep the tailpipes in place on the car itself. It didn't seem to want to cooperate. You can see I'm having to creatively prop it up with microsol bottles and the Tamiya liquid cement. And of course, you see how the hinges hold so that the hood can open. I do like how it's like a somewhat rough pattern inside the hood. And you can see all the parts in there. And then here's the final pictures of the car on the model shelf. You can see the other cars in the background. So right side, next picture will be left side. So thank you for watching this video, and we'll talk to you all later. Bye-bye.